We've built the foundation: mental sovereignty, recognition through work, character through practice. But does it hold when everything external is stripped away? Let's test it with the most extreme case possible. Epictetus was born a slave in Hierapolis around 50 AD. His name literally means acquired. He was property. His master, Epictetus, broke his leg so severely that Epictetus remained crippled for life. No freedom of movement, no control over his body, no external power whatsoever. And yet, this is precisely where such a philosophy had to be forged. Not in comfort, but in chains. A slave's philosophy. Absolute inner freedom in the face of absolute external bondage. Some would later ask whether freedom that changes nothing external is complete. But Epictetus wasn't writing philosophy for later critics. He was surviving. Here's what living in chains taught him. Everything divides into two categories. Things up to us, our judgments, desires, choices. Things not up to us, our body, possessions, reputation, external circumstances. His leg, not up to him. Broken, stays broken. His master controlled the body, but the mind, the judgments, the choices, these remained Epictetus's alone. While enslaved, Epictetus studied with a Stoic teacher, Musonius Rufus. Think about that, a slave attending philosophy lectures. Why philosophy? Because when you're in absolute external bondage, philosophy offers the only freedom no one can block. Physical escape? Impossible. Social advancement? Forbidden. But the mind? That's the one territory no master can invade. This discovery would echo through history. Strip someone of every external power, and the mind can still achieve absolute sovereignty. Every day while enslaved, Epictetus practiced distinguishing controllables from uncontrollables. Every day, he chose his responses. This daily discipline forged a philosophical clarity that would later make him the greatest Stoic teacher. By the time he was freed after Nero's death, Epictetus had achieved what his master never could: sovereignty over his own mind, the one domain no chain could reach. So how does all of this apply to you? You're not in physical chains, but you know powerlessness. The diagnosis that changes everything. The parent's mind slipping into dementia. The market crash that destroys a decade's work. Or simpler constraints, but still absolute. Your height, your past, where you were born. Your constraints aren't chains or broken legs, but the structure of the problem and the solution remain identical. What's external? Not up to you. Your response? Entirely yours. The diagnosis isn't yours to control, but how you face it is. You can't reverse the market crash, but what you do next is entirely yours. The dichotomy seems simple: controllables versus uncontrollables. You get it intellectually in seconds, but Epictetus spent decades mastering it in practice. Why the gap? Because knowing what's yours to control and actually releasing what isn't, those are different capabilities entirely. One is understanding, the other is discipline. You understand that somebody cutting you off in traffic is external, but your body doesn't care. Instant rage, clenched wheel, fantasies of retaliation. Or when your work gets criticized publicly, you know their opinion is external, but your face burns, stomach drops, mind races with comebacks for hours. Understanding lives in your conscious mind, the part that reads philosophy and nods along. Discipline lives in your automatic responses, the reactions that fire before thought even begins. You can't think your way from one to the other, like learning to swim by reading about buoyancy. Knowing the principle doesn't stop you from drowning. That's why Epictetus developed a systematic method. Not more theory, but training that rewires responses at their source. Next episode, the 3 disciplines. Systematic training that transforms understanding into embodied capability. How a crippled former slave became a teacher to emperors.